the things that I think is really fascinating about Boorman and the legacy that he left behind is that he's known as much for his films that have kind of become punchlines as he is known for his good films.
Yeah.
Like Point Blank and like Deliverance. I mean, what do you think about this idea of a filmmaker who you can't always control what your legacy is?
Mm-hmm. Well, but I mean, I don't know if that quite applies to him because he was, when he did his wild movies, they are so wild and so out there. I don't know how you conceive without at least thinking that some people might laugh at it. I think it was taken completely by surprise by Exorcist II, the Heretic. But that's that whole. There's that line that Pauline Kael said that if you watch Exorcist II, the Heretic with the sound off, you might think it's a masterpiece.
Goes on, Oswald. Goes on, Oswald. Goes on, Oswald.
I actually did see maybe 2 or 3 minutes of Exorcist II. I was at the Technicolor lab, and one of the color timers said, "Hey, we're running Exorcist II. Do you want to go in the screening room and have a look at it?" And I was over there doing something else, and I said, "Okay, sure." So I went in the screening room, and I see some guys riding on the back of a bumblebee or some fucking thing. It was unreal. And I left. And now I'm going to tell you the story of the first screening of Exorcist II, the sneak preview in Pasadena. This was Exorcist II, and it was told to me by an executive of Warner Brothers, because the executive said, "Oh, you got to come out to see the sneak preview. It's really terrific, and you're going to love it. You're a grandfather. You should be proud." And I said, "No, I think I'll miss it." And then afterwards, he told me the story. These Warner Brothers executives drove out to Pasadena in their big limousines, and they were all dressed up, and they went into the theater, which was packed, turn-away crowds, and they went and sat in the last row. And about 10 minutes into the film, now, before they went into the theater, they told their limo drivers, "Look, we're going to be in there for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, or maybe more. You guys go on down the end of the block. There were some fast food joints." They went down to get a cup of coffee, whatever. So the limos are gone. The executives go into the last row. 10 minutes into the picture, a guy stood up in the audience. He stood up and he looked around and he said, "The people who made this piece of shit are in this room." And somebody else said, Where are they?" 10 or 12 people get up, and he says, "They're all back there." Now, these guys got up. The heads of the studio, they got up. They ran out of the theater. They get outside, no cars. The cars are all down at McDonald's and all that, and they were chased down the street. That was the first public reaction to Exorcist II. And you asked me, Peter, if I have seen any of these things. Like I'd sit there. Oh my God. Spare me.
You seem like someone that was eager to use like latest technologies, like use synthesizers, use Panaglide when it was still not being used very much. Did you jump on any new toy that came out?
The technical advances were all for a specific purpose. In other words, I didn't say, "Oh, I want to use that." The synthesizer was because you could sound big. The Panaglide, I saw a shot in, of all movies, The Exorcist II. And it was a point of view shot of some birds coming down, and it was Garrett Brown, I think it was, running down a ramp with a Steadicam.
Wow.
And I thought, well, that's not a dolly. It's just a gliding, gyroscopic feel. Oh, it's awesome. So we overused it in Halloween. Use it everywhere.
I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut about what Al Pacino thinks. I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut about what Al Pacino